Hello there everybody, WhatCulture Wrestling's Adam Cleary here. Before we start, I'm just going to explain what all this is. Last night was the WhatCulture staff Christmas party, and yes, I have ordered a McDonald's at 11 AM. What are you going to do about it, Dad? So yes, while my head, she pounds, the wrestling goes on and on and on because it never ever finishes, does it? And it's TLC this very Sunday. And I know we said we weren't going to do these videos anymore, but we did it for the last one. It was kind of a lot of fun, so here we are. And if you are new to this, where have you been the last 2 years? This is Last Minute Rumours, our most bankable source of pre-pay-per-view hits, where I scour the murky depths of the internet to find all the whispers, all the rumours, all the hearsay, all the speculation about what's going to happen at that pay-per-view, so you don't have to. We examine the rumours, we unpack them, then we put them to the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and they give us their verdict. So without further ado, my name is of course Adam Cleary. This is the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and these are all the last minute rumours for TLC you need to know. I may speak quietly. Number 9, Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Bit of a hot tip from this week's Wrestling Observer. They said there was a planned angle between Shinsuke Nakamura and Braun Strowman scheduled for last week's episode of SmackDown, but owing to the injury suffered by Braun Strowman, WWE is saying it's a hip problem, but apparently it's just back spasms or something. They put that on the shelf. But apparently he might be alright for Sunday, so there is a chance they're going to try and shoehorn this into SmackDown in order to get that match on the card for this weekend. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus the one-time man, Braun Strowman. I wouldn't get too carried away with it, but it might happen. Should probably point out I'm filming this before SmackDown, so by the time you watch this video, that might have already happened. So here it is, the SmackDown Risco-meter. I don't know what we're going to call that. What is the chances of SmackDown ruining this rumor? Very high.
I can't be bothered, I'm too hungover.
Oh, who's gonna win? It's gonna be Ikeda versus Hugo.
You know, Corey, I was talking to Shinsuke Nakamura earlier, and he told me he couldn't give even half a
Number 8, John Morrison returns. So here are some facts for you. We know that John Morrison has returned to WWE, and we know they are going to use him in a wrestling capacity. So the only question is, when is he going to debut, not if. And again, as per the Wrestling Observer this week, John Hennigan, apparently that's his real name, was at the Performance Center this past week being filmed for things related to his return, which means, well, that's in the works. Now, as yet, we still don't know whether he's going to be a feature on NXT, whether he's going to be a feature on Raw, a feature on SmackDown, but a surprising debut at a pay-per-view would be a hell of a way to reintroduce him. The guy can do wondrous things with ladders, let us not forget, and there will be plenty at TLC. Ladders is literally its middle name. But where in that card would you insert him? And I don't know. Literally, I don't know. And the odds of John Morrison returning on SmackDown, thus rendering this rumor and this part of the video completely redundant, low.
Yeah. 3 million cows live in Minnesota. More like John Morrison, right?
Nah, I think you'll end up on NXT, to be honest. Well, Nigel, much like the Space Shuttle Challenger, the stars of the Black and Gold brand are about to endure some Starship pain.
Number 7, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I know, right? Let's get really carried away or excited with this one because, dear God, we've seen this match a million times, and when we're not seeing that match, you do kind of remember seeing that match, and it's really horrible, like witnessing a thing that you've seen so many times and it just fades into your head in those quiet moments. When you're on the bus, for example, and all you can think about is another AJ Styles versus Randy Orton match. Don't know, man. Don't know why. It keeps me up at night. But joy of joys, according to some sources, they still could be adding this match to TLC. Now, the Go Home Raw has finished, and they didn't do it there, but they don't really care about this kind of thing, do they? They could announce it on social media, they could announce it on SmackDown, they could just not announce it at all. Why do we need this match, you ask? Again, I don't know. I don't want it.
Oh, I feel sick.
Every year.
Yes, another methodical Randy Orton match against the High Flyer. But you know what would make this better? Stairs.
I'd rather shake Randy Orton's cum-covered hand than watch 15 minutes of this again.
Number 6, Roman versus Corbin is the main event. Yeah, with no major title match going on this show, like the Universal title isn't being defended, the WWE Championship isn't being defended, the Raw Women's Championship isn't being defended, the SmackDown Women's Championship isn't being defended. At the time of recording, the Intercontinental Championship is not being defended. There has been some question marks about what the hell is actually going to main event this show, because there's not an obvious main event match on that card. But nature abhors a vacuum, or to put it another way, Vince hates not having the big guys take the top spot. So the rumor is that Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, which I just looked this up. I really thought this was going to be like a dog collar match or something, but it's TLC. The TLC match between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin, that is apparently going to be your main event. I know, exciting! And I mean, why not? What a worthy payoff to what has been one of the cleverest, smartest, most cerebrally booked builds of a WWE rivalry. I was actually going to do that completely straight-faced, but I can't. He rubbed dog food on him. And the probability of them announcing the main event on SmackDown, thus rendering this rumor redundant, is... ooh, possible.
Pint?
Yeah.
No!
Number 5, Liv Morgan returns. Yes, right, I know I am as sick of talking about this one as you are no doubt of hearing about it, but they have started to tease her return. We've got those little packages playing on Raw saying she was coming back for a makeover, and I will level with you. There's me being level. I have absolutely no idea how that narrative could possibly fit in to the tag team match on this show, but I guess when she says makeover, she could just make over their face. Look, if you want my take on this, I think it's far more likely she'll just come back in a series of Emelina style really bad video packages before eventually having one match where she squashes somebody, then not really connecting at all and getting forgotten about in 3 months. But there is, of course, the possibility, we live in hope, that she could be on that show. Is she still going to do the Bray Wyatt thing? Almost certainly not, but the fact that she's having a makeover and Bray isn't in his Fiend gear, something could be working there.
I feel.
Right.
No.
A dog's a mayor in Minnesota.
Tables, ladders, Jerry Lawler's jism. Oh my!
Number 4, The Fiend makes an appearance. And yes, speaking of which, one of the more interesting elements of this show is that Bray Wyatt will be in a match against The Miz. But A, he's not defending the Universal Championship, but B, big B, is that he's not going to be dressed as The Fiend. I think I'm still drunk. Yeah, we're just going to get regular old Bray Wyatt in this non-title match. He might come out as the muscle... what does he call himself? The Muscle Man. He's the Muscle Man. Might come out as the Muscle Man Dance Man, or he might just be regular old Bray Wyatt, but he's not going to be the Fiend according to the way this is booked. However, there is some severe speculation that what will happen during the match is he will undergo a transformation. The Miz will be beating him. The Miz will be dominating him in this match until he and then becomes the Fiend. And I'll tell you what, I really like this idea. I like the idea that you see Bray Wyatt wrestle, but he needs to call upon that power occasionally in order to win some matches. Yes, it is kind of similar to what Finn Balor has done with the Demon, but I like the idea that you could be wrestling Bray Wyatt and then at any point in the match, you could get the Fiend. If they did this, it would be an interesting character development, IMHO.
What do you think, Moppy?
Ah, who cares? Do you want to hear the state song of Minnesota? Hail Minnesota!
But
Number 3, the Revival win. Speaking of interesting character developments, one tag team who are never ever going to be given anything resembling character or interesting developments is the Revival, who you will probably be aware have contracts coming up sometime next year. Now catch your minds way back, they asked for their release. The company said, no, we like you, you must stay with us. And they were like, oh, fine, okay, what have you got for us? And they were like, itchy testicles. That's the story we have got for you. So there is still talk that Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson are desperate to get out of this goddamn hellscape. But conversely, there is still all this talk that WWE are mad peachy keen to keep them, especially with AEW just down the road, desperate to dangle a nice juicy contract in front of them. So WWE are attempting to appease them by giving them more things to do, and could possibly give them the tag team titles as well. Basically, bottom line here is they're going to give them new contracts and they want them to sign them, so they're probably going to be really nice to them in the hope that will happen. And when you're a tag team, what do you want? Oh, sorry, what was that? What was that? Logical booking, good rivalries, and plenty of TV time. No, they want the belts. Cool. Yes!
We ain't ashamed that we came from the park, and if you're looking for trouble, our bite is worse than our bark, because we them proud southern boys till the day we dead, we got fists made of fire and a neck all red. Fresh.
Get rid of the dorks on the panel. We're not going anywhere, you pieces of shit. That's what Vince will be saying to the Revival when he banters them off to the pre-show in about 4 months.
I ain't never getting rid of these boys. 2 years we've been doing this, they're still here. Number 2, Becky and Charlotte win the tag titles. Now, it's not for me to say that a really tedious storyline would be Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair winning the tag titles and then having to have a championship match, even though they are the tag team champions, but I have said it. And the thing is, we know Becky Lynch is in this feud right now because she has had a long year and she's asked for a more easygoing program in order to see the year out. But there is still some patter that they might actually win those tag team titles. It would be dreadful because the Kabuki Warriors are absolutely excellent and we need like a long-running good tag team to really get those belts over. But I guess putting it on the 2 biggest women in the company right now is also a way to do that. Quite where the rest of the division would then go if the people with the belt are not defending them because they're feuding with themselves, I do not know. But this is WWE we're talking about, remember, and they might just like that idea. I don't.
Why the not, eh? They don't give a about those belts anyway, do they?
Whilst you're in Minnesota for TLC, why not visit the Spam Museum and find out all about its place in world culture, that place being in the bin.
Well, Becky does say she has a debt to collect. You know, I liked her a lot more when she didn't think she was in Peaky Blinders.
Number 1, Lana gets destroyed. Yeah, this is like the grimmest, grossest rumour I've ever had to report. Actually, what am I saying? Probably wouldn't even be in the top 20 of those. But anyway, I digress. It's not very nice. Basically, WWE loves it when a woman gets what's coming to her. And Lana is the bad guy. She's the bad guy in this feud. She's seduced Bobby Lashley and broken Rusev's heart. CM Punk pitched that they should have a loser keeps Lana match at some stage down the road. And the fact that they're having a table match, which has got big spots in it, big spots in it, is, oh, it's a bad sign. Look, you might as well flip a coin for who's going to win this match between Rusev and Bobby Lashley, but I would put my house, and it is a nice house, on the line and say you can bet your ass that Lana's going to, Jesus, not just a table spot, something absolutely destructively, obliteratingly, pulverizingly painful looking in this match to really give it a bit of oomph, to really sell you on the rivalry, and of course, because Vince McMahon hates women.
Bitches be tripping.
WWE, guys, male on female violence is awful and has no place on our show. Also WWE, lol, put through a table, maybe her boobies will fall out.
I just hope it isn't too brutal, otherwise she'll be joining Jim Neidhart in Dead People on Table Heaven.
So there you have it. Those are all the last-minute rumours for WWE TLC that I read somewhere on the internet and put in an article which you can read now on WhatCulture.com/WWE, then adapted into a script, brought into this studio, filmed in front of a camera, and told you so that you didn't need to do any of that. You are welcome. Let me know what you made of it all, as well as if you've heard any of your own in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I've, of course, been Adam Cleary. My thanks to the Wrestling Rumours Advisory Board, and we will see you soon. I think Will Bourne and Nicholas are here for a live stream on Sunday, because that always goes well. Goodbye.